Hey, what's up guys? Welcome my triathletes for another video. We are going to deep dive into a controversial topic where we are absolutely reshaping your entire training strategy to unlock your full potential. We are about to reveal what is the best way to train, whether you should try and improve your best discipline or try to conquer your weaknesses for full triathlon glory. If that sounds interesting, let's buckle up and let's go! Alright, before we decide which approach is the best, you may want to try and see which of the disciplines is actually your strongest or your weakest. So analyze your own performance. Is swimming, cycling or running your strongest parts? If you're anything like me, then swimming might not be your strongest discipline of the three, but then the question remains, should you go all out on those weaknesses or should you stick to your best? If you excel in one of the disciplines, it may be very tempting to focus all of your efforts into that discipline. After all, it might be the discipline you enjoy the most, since it's also the best one. It may help you think you get a more competitive edge in a race, since that's where you want to be really fighting to secure a top spot. And also it may be mentally the most rewarding, since you enjoy it the most. It can be beneficial to also enjoy your training the most, since that is where you're putting your focus on. However, danger lies in totally neglecting your weaknesses. Ignoring them might lead to an imbalanced race that will leave you vulnerable in the other two disciplines. Tackling your weaknesses head on the other hand, might actually make you a more well-rounded athlete and will also leave more room for improvements, since you are really digging into those weaknesses and trying to turn them into strengths. There are pros and cons to training more for each discipline. Swimming, for example, if you're not good at swimming, it can really tire you out for the remainder of the race. And it's also the first of three, so you want to get a good start and then finish strong during the rest of the race. So there are pros to training more for swimming, as well as there are cons, since swimming is actually the least longest of the three disciplines that you'll be doing during a race. There is a great article by Matt Fitzgerald, which I'll link in the video below, where he talks about him not being the strongest swimmer, but actually turning his weaknesses into a strength. He went and tackled his least favorite discipline, the swimming, into how he would train for one of his most favorite disciplines. He just started doing a small workout every day. Since swimming is a lot about the feel you get in the water, he explained it will really give you an incredible performance boost if you do it very regularly. He also stated that it has allowed him to enjoy it much more, since he saw much more progress, and he was also feeling like he was actually swimming and not just struggling in the water. Cycling is where you can name a lot of pros for, since you'll be cycling for the longest period of the three during the race. You can also go cycling a hell of a lot without tiring out too quickly or without really stressing your body too much. So it's easy to put that, or to put a lot of training load or a lot of training volume on the bike. However, cycling is also really time consuming. if you want to get on the bike, you're off training for 2, 3, 4, 5 or even more hours easily. So it's very time consuming and you may not always have that time. It is arguably one of the most important disciplines during a triathlon since you're racing it the longest, but we'll get to that more in a minute. Lastly, we have running. Running is a discipline that can really make or break your triathlon, since on the bike you can still pedal at a low intensity and still keep moving forward. With running, if you are finished, you're finished, and it's really difficult to keep up a good pace then. It often results to actually walking instead of running, so therefore running might be a really important discipline to train hard. However, if you want to run a lot, and most runners will know this, you'll inevitably encounter an injury. Since running is very impactful on the body, it may give you an injury easier than the other two. So a lot of pros and cons for each discipline, but that is not helping us on what discipline we should put our focus on. Luckily, we have science to the rescue, because there is a study that investigated which is the best discipline to predict overall triathlon performance. And it said swimming is the most important predictor discipline in sprint and Olympic distance triathlon. Cycling is the most important for Ironman 70.3 or triathlon 70.3, and running for the full Ironman distance or 140.6 miles. So maybe depending on what type of races you're partaking in, you may want to put your emphasis on a different discipline. All right, that's it. We hope you gained some valuable information. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all approach, so it's really about searching for your own limit and trying to balance out your own training. But I do hope that this video gave you some extra information, and let me know in the comments whether it will reshape your training plans. Also, if you like this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Liking this video will actually help push this video out to more people. So I hope that you'll have an absolute blast of a next training session. Please keep training, keep doing whatever you enjoy the most, chase those dreams, and let me know how your triathlon training is going. I will hope to see you in the next video, so bye.